Hey guys, what's up everyone? We're here for an OST round of 32 series. This is the seventh round. It was actually an extended game, so it was played yesterday on Monday, and the winner of this will advance to round 8, which is the round of 16. It's between a friend of mine, an OU moderator, someone who I've been quite close with for a couple of years now, Team Pokepals. He played most notably a substitute role on the US South team for World Cup, and a substitute turned to starting role on a team for the most recent edition of the Smog on State Draft, and he's against cleann. And other up-and-coming players that are really impressive OST run thus far, string together some nice wins, and he's really trying to make a name for himself, and thus far he's doing a good job. But here's going to be what might be his toughest task yet in Team Pokepals, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. So let's get into this battle. Also, one thing before I actually do get into the battle, I'm going to try and bring a lot more of OST once we get to the round of the 8 left, so round 9, but there'll be 8 players left in the competition. That's because the current round of 16 unfortunately still has Trio in it because it was banned on Monday, so it wasn't banned before the round started. But the next round won't. It'll feature a new metagame. It'll have 4 series in that round, then 2, and then 1 in the final round. So I'll try and bring all those series if at all possible. Might have to be some live, some post narration. We'll wait and see. But I feel like getting more recent SSU content up would be cool. But yeah, besides that, let's get into the battle. Speaking of Doug Trio, both teams happen to have it here. cleann using the Snorlax Doug Trio kind of archetype of balanced team, which is surprisingly effective as of late. Snorlax has really gained traction. If you're able to remove things like Toxapex with Haze, which Doug Trio does quite well, if it's able to avoid Scaldburn especially, then it's really able to set up a ton, especially if it avoids things like Trick, and resting on and letting things like Nasty Plot Dragon, Conkeldurr, etc. kind of break through it. So yeah, it could really do well on teams that might just kind of like sitting ducks against it. And unfortunately for Team Pokepals, that arguably might be his team here. The Snorlax matchup looks quite poor for him. If it's not a Trick Clefable or a Trick Rotom, then I don't know what he's going to be able to do besides maybe like Leech Seed and spam Body Press with Pharaoh because that Heat Crash, but Heat Crash has been getting in popularity as well, so I'd definitely be holding your breath here for TPP. This might not be winnable if cleann plays well. Let's get to the old teams themselves, though. TPP is also using more of a balanced team. It has Doug Trio, as we mentioned, but there's one condition likely in a Nasty Plot Heavy Duty Boots Rotom Heat. Unfortunately, it's against Hydreigon plus Snorlax plus Seismitoad, so again, it's not really going to be able to do much. And Dragapult, well, if someone able to take out the Snorlax, then it does quite well, but that's a big if. Anyway, I think that both teams are pretty balanced in nature. I'd say that TPP's is a bit less passive, but I'm not sure if that really does him much justice here, as he's just really struggling to make progress here, especially against the Snorlax. To go through the mon by mon, it's Snorlax, Seismitoad, Clefable, Corviknight, likely Defogger, Doug Trio, and Hydreigon for cleann. And on Team Pokeball side, it's also Doug Trio, Corviknight again, Defogger, Dragapult, Rotom Heat, Ferrothorn, and Clefable. So let's get into the battle. Right off the bat, we're going to see 2 leads, one being Dragapult, one being Hydreigon, so both leading with the Dragons. Corviknight's going to come out for Team Pokepals, fearing a Scarf Hydreigon, and that's going to do 37%. So it's likely a Corviknight that's not fully special defensive against a Scarf Hydreigon. And then he's going to go Ferrothorn, which I am kind of curious about, as Clefable seems really free, but he's going to trade 2/3 of his health for a layer of spikes, leaving a 39 after leftovers. Now Corviknight's going to come to defog it off, and Pharaoh's essentially 2/3 wasted and in need of a wish to get any progress, but it's not even going to be a wish. It's going to be actually a Life Orb Clefable. And it's going to do 67% with a faster flamethrower as Corviknight just uses out. But that's fine because Snorlax should be able to do a ton with Body Slam. And in addition to that, it can still curse up despite the Life Orb Moonblast damage doing a bit more than normal. So he's indeed going to go for that curse as Dragapult comes in. Dragapult's going to go for a Thunder Wave on a follow-up curse. And this is looking menacing for Team Pokepals, to say the least. We're going to see U-turn here, probably to Rotom Heat and try and bluff a Trick, because, again, it looks pretty dire. He's going to come in on a Heat Crash that does 29%. At this point, I'm shocked that cleann stays in and risks it, even if it's almost definitely not going to be Trick. There's no point in risking it this matchup, but he's going to stay in on a Pain Split and go for a 64% Body Slam. Pain Split actually is a fortunate choice of set here for TPP, as it can at least survive a little bit longer against the Snorlax and get a Nasty Plot up, as cleann goes for a follow-up curse. Unfortunately for TPP, though, we're going to see there's a Volt Switch not discharged, so he's going to be forced out, and nothing can really kill it. A +3 defense Snorlax in this team. So despite the Body Slam there, we're going to see that U-turn is all it can do. Go right back at the Rotom Heat, and it risks dying to a Body Slam, but it's going to come out on Heat Crash, which is actually helpful, I suppose. As he goes for Pain Split, it does a little bit, but Body Slam could take this out. Unfortunately for cleann, he's going to get fully paralyzed, and there's going to be a Nasty Plot there on a follow-up Heat Crash, which I didn't understand from cleann at all. There's no point in predicting here. unless for some reason he thought Bodyslam didn't take it out, but I believe it did. Unless it, maybe I'm missing something, but whatever. Clean still isn't really risking anything. Just eventually he's going to get the rest off, and it's going to be fine because there's no real way to take out the Snorlax, as you can see. So it looks like game one is going to be going to Clean. We'll see body press is doing 19 there. We'll speed it up a little bit. 22 there, but again, it's really a futile effort. Barring a critical hit at the absolute worst time, like it would have been there. Like it would have left him really low and maybe in Dugtrio range, but you see there, Moonblast is going to fail to take it out. I wouldn't have even stayed in there if I was Clean, but that's fine. Needing a rest. Just not give it TMs, that's fine. Takes it out, and now in a 6v3 game, even if it's really 5v3, and this is going to get a critical hit, it's still not enough just because it's so weakened, and the Dragon Ball can't win the game alone. Scarfed Dragon should be able to do a lot of work as well. To make matters worse, we're going to see the other Dugtrio be Sucker Punch. So I wonder if Clean is choiced, but for some reason TPP sets up rocks, and then he attacks with this as well. I feel like that was definitely a choice Dugtrio from Clean, given that damage. Locking into Sucker Punch made no sense at all. But I digress. Flamethrower is going to just come in and win the game. I feel like this wasn't really handled optimally by Clean in a really good matchup, but TPP didn't really have outs, so Clean won handily anyway. Ultimately, a really weird game, but it was kind of straightforward Snorlax game anyway. And now game two, Clean using a team that kind of resembles a sand team that I believe Empo used in SPL. And TPP using something a bit more fresh. It's got Conkeldurr and Kyurem, so definitely some flashy picks that can make some progress. However, Conkeldurr might be in a less than ideal matchup against the Fable, Hippowdon, and Aegislash. So it's going to have to predict a lot and hope that's especially defensive Hippowdon if it wants to gain leverage. On the other hand, Kyurem could potentially do well if it's able to break through the Rotom Heat, as Earth Power should be able to clock. Aegislash and Ice Beam and Freeze Dry should be able to do well against the rest. So there are outs here. We're going to see a Jirachi, and I'm predicting to be Scarf on this team, given the speed tier of the rest of the team. It's going to indeed trick Scarf to farther in turn 1, but then it's going to take a critical hit knock for 52%. So that's an unfortunate start. Hopefully it's Wish the Fable, otherwise this could be a very brief game for Team Pokepals and the longevity that kind of is needed on a team like this. It's going to be a T-Wave, though, so it's very unlikely to be Wish, and that's unfortunate. We're going to see Mandibuys come in here against a Blue and Aegislash that just took the Thunder Wave. And now Ferrothorn comes in for the Clean side. Since a player spikes, as Conkeldurr comes in now, Clefable hopefully forcing out with the process of Flamethrower or something, but Conkeldurr's not be able to take out this Clef, of course, so it's going to retreat back to the opposing Clefable, which takes a Moonblast nicely for only 23%. And now we're going to see, just a Softball. So with Thunder Wave and Softball, it's definitely not Wish, so that Jirachi is almost definitely going to be staying low, unless it's a Wish Scarf variant, which I've kind of created and used a lot lately. But also on top of the fact that it would also need to find a way to wish it safely to itself. So I don't know how likely that is. Couple momentum swing turns here. We're going to see Clean once again get Ferrothorn in. This time it's going to knock into the Clefable, which then Moonblast into it as he goes for another knock, just trying to fish for some switch, which is fair. Ultimately, Clean is going to retreat and go to Toxapex on another Moonblast, which critical hits for only 16%. And the game's looking like it's kind of came to a passive point now, where they're trying to really just edge each other up for some progress. That Moonblast is going to reveal it's more physically defensive oriented Hippowdon, which is quite good for the Clean side because Conkeldurr should be kept in check. However, TPP is able to get his Kyurem in. Unfortunately, he goes for Ice Beam and the Toxapex not Freeze Dry, so he's not going to be able to make any progress this time around, and he's already down to 3/4 health with the Spike Up and Sand damage, so definitely something to be worried about. However, TPP will make a good play here, bring the Seismitoad when it's called, which will bring it back up to fall after taking some Spikes damage. He's going to use that opportunity to only go for Earth Power, though, however, not Stealth Rock, so Clefable's going to get in for relatively nothing. And now we're going to see another Earth Power as Ferrothorn comes in for 24% chip, and now the threat of Power, but Leech Seed is going to threaten out the Seismitoad, and Clefable's going to come in here now, and I just feel like TPP is incapable of making progress. I'm not too fond of this Clefable set on this team, truth be told. I feel like Wish Teleport would be better. It'd give more opportunities to Kyurem and Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr is one crit away from breaking this game open against Hippowdon, and Kyurem is just one proper prediction away from potentially getting killed on something like Toxapex with Freeze Dry, or Rotom with Draco, or a Freeze on Clefable. So, I don't know. But either way, we're going to see a pain split there from the Rotom Heat on Clean side into the Seismitoad from Team Pokepals, self-healed up to 77%. And now he's going to discharge, predicting Team Pokepals to switch, which was a really good play. It worked out quite well, as Team Pokepals goes to Mandibuys and takes just under half health. And now we're going to see a follow-up discharge, which I feel should have probably been a nasty plat as Seismitoad comes on in. However, that still does force hazard damage, which is more than enough, as also TP is going to go for a Toxic here. Toxic in the opposing Clefable, meaning he can't even Thunder Wave with his own Clefable, which It's unfortunate seeing as it's a calm mind left from clean, and having this paralyzed would do a ton. However, it's a faster encore Clefable from TPP, so maybe there is hope after all, as Mandibuzz comes in here on the run heat now once more. This time around, he's not going to stick in either, not wanting to defog quite yet, because he wants to really make sure that this Rotom Heat doesn't get anything off. So we're going to go Seismitoad on the discharge, and now, nope, no more rocks either. I'm not sure why not setting up rocks, but I digress. I don't think he's going to risk the Toxic and Rotom anytime soon. We're going to see a Calm Mind again there from Clean. And now this time around, TPP is going to go for Softball, curiously. And he's going to go for it again. I guess Clean wants to Moonblast beyond Cord, which makes sense. But, like, why is TPP just kind of sitting around doing nothing? He does get special attack drop with his own Moonblast this time. So he's only 623 that time, leaving at 43% total. But then it's going to reveal itself to be Thunder. So it's Calm Mind Thunder from Clean, which is quite good here, because if you paralyze the opposing Clefable, then you're able to kind of Calm Mind like through and force the Jirachi to take hazard damage once he encores you into Calm Mind and whatnot. I don't think TPP really has any outs here, honestly. I think the matchup favors Clean, but also just TPP seems a bit incomplete feeling in my eyes. We're going to see the Calm Mind there, so I wonder if we'll see the Encore on a switch. No switch, but yeah, there's going to be the Encore. So it's also worth noting, Encore only has 8 PP, so that's 2 PP gone. And Jirachi took a bit under 20% there, so he's only able to switch in hazard safely one more time. And Clean called that switch with the Rotom nicely, so, oh, well, okay, you can iron it. What? I don't understand what TPP just did. He should have just iron-headed to try and flinch it so he could get the Jirachi back up. He got the wish off. But he went Mandibuzz instead, risked 2 paralysis, got the defog off, and is now down 7% with an even weaker Jirachi. And both hazard setters from Clean are still quite healthy, as you see. Hippowdon's weakened. Okay, but you could get in. No doubt about that. We're going to see Rocks finally from TPP. I guess he was waiting defog to set him up, but honestly, he probably should have set him up in the meantime. He's going to get a knockoff from Clefable as well, which is helpful. However, Moonblast is going to do 33% to him in return, which is a lot of damage considering how low health-wise it was. And Clefable is going to go for another Moonblast, actually meaning that it's only at 16 PP of Moonblast. Yeah, we're gonna see a Thunder process there, and that looks like Clean is really just running away with this at this point. He's gonna get Encore into Calm Mind, which is the third Encore usage. Toxic's gonna come in here as well as the Kyurem comes in. Okay, so maybe a Freeze Dry here could do a large amount of damage. Oh, it's gonna be Bunker Pex. Oh, and that's like really good in this matchup for Clean. And he's gonna bring the Clef in on Freeze Dry. It's only 34 here. See if a crit wouldn't kill this unless it's like a max damage crit, and that's him in. But we're not going to find out. It's just not going to crit. We're going to see the softball there. Yup. And now the Jirachi is going to get it again. Fable. He's going to go for Wish. Are we going to go for the flinch this time? No, he's going to go for Trick. On the Stealth Rock. Okay. I don't know. I feel like killing this Jirachi would have been in best interest of him. And I feel like TPP should have just went for a flinch. But hey, I'm not the one in this tournament still. So maybe these guys do better than I do. I don't know. Either way, we're going to just see a couple of recovers there on both sides. And now another Thunder into Fable. But I still don't see how TPP has a chance of winning this game in the long haul. And to make matters worse, we're going to see Clef take a Thunder, Jirachi take Rocks, and Ferrothorn's going to come in to potentially set up Spikes. As finally, the Iron Head does come out from TPP when he has it. However, it comes out in the Ferrothorn, and that leaves it 38% and in knock range. And instead of letting the Jirachi take the knock, he wisely switches out. However, he goes to Mandibuzz, which loses heavy-duty boots. So that's going to be annoying for it to switching consistently, as Rocks are indeed up. And Hippowdon is capable of setting them up many more times, as it's going to heal up all the way to full with that second slack off there. Yep, now Kyurem comes in, sure, which is good. However, it's going to come in on Stealth Rocks, and I feel if you just go Aegislash here, because it covers everything and you're at full. And yeah, he does need to go Aegislash. It's not really needed in this matchup. And Freeze Dry only does 24%, which is a very little amount, so he's able to stay in and keep it in check as well. Now Mandibuzz comes in, and it takes Rocks, and on top of that, it takes an Iron Head for 36%. So he's going to probably go Rotom here just to threaten this on a foul play. So yeah, he caught TPP there. So now this is a really weakened Mandibuzz once it comes in next time. And Seismitoad comes in to discharge, but it's going to be dying to Overheat, so he's going to switch out to Fable, which takes 34% from Overheat, but it's now at 31 and paralyzed, so Aegislash could come to try and take advantage of that. However, it's going to be on a Self-Blow, but now the Aegislash actually is threatening, so Seismitoad is going to be tossed out. However, it's a full paralysis for Clean, so that's a good turn there for TPP, until Sneaky's able to take him out anyway. Alright, now Conkeldurr is finally going to come in. This whole game I feel like he's kind of needed to make progress. But he only went for Earthquake and Napowdon, so it's looking like it's not looking to do a ton here. I feel like cleann is just going to run away with this game, just no matter by what margin at this point. Mandibuzz is able to come in on a slack off. Okay, so TP clinging on to life is able to heal that up, but Rotom Heat's going to be able to come on in here. Oh, he's actually going to go for Defog. Okay. But yeah, with Seismitoad dead, Rotom Heat kind of reigns free, so he's just going to take out the Mandibuzz here. And I feel like Mandibuzz just doing a ton. Mandibuzz just did do a ton in this game, whereas Rotom was able to exploit it quite a bit. And now Peck's going to come in on the Ice Beam Serum, and yeah, it's looking like this is a wrap, unfortunately, for TPP. Cleann played this game a lot better than last game. Last game, he probably made some unnecessary risks when he just kind of had one matchup as it was. But this matchup was favorable, and he played it well. So just kind of showing how dominant that combination could be. Hippowdon's finally going to come in next to be able to check the Conkeldurr once more. This time around, as Earthquake only does 30, and close combat doesn't even do a half, which just shows how bulky a physically defensive Hippowdon can be, as it slacks off that damage and a little extra. Close combat again, you're going to do 30, 49, but not going to be enough. And with a combination of Sand and Burn both chipping the Conkeldurr, it seems like it's pretty futile effort for TP side, as rocks are laid up there for cleann as well. And he's going to bring Pex in on Ice Beam one more time for good measure, leaving this germ in range of Soft Rock plus Burn. So next time he's going to be the last, unless he gets a Wish Pass to it somehow. Jirachi's going to come in, speaking of wishes. Going to take 2 Scalds, no Burn. The 3% going to go for an Iron Head, and it is going to flinch. That'll let the Jirachi heal, but I mean, the Jirachi doesn't really do anything, and it's going to get burnt eventually, so. Unless it randomly learns Teleport, then looks like a wrap to me. Jirachi's going to get all the way up to 89% here. Let's continue to see Scald, and none are burning quite yet, but U-turn is not going to be able to save it. Nothing is really going to do great here. Sure, the Clef can come in, and Jirachi's going to try and flinch out the Aegislash, but Aegislash is going to take it out. So now it's a 6-3 game, and I don't see a way out for Team Pokepals at this point. To make matters worse, the Combine Clefable should be able to defeat it and just win the game straight up. So even a little facade from Conkeldurr as it was at full health. And that's going to be a wrap, so it's going to be a 6-0 victory for cleann and a 2-0 set win over Team Pokepals. Good game. I hope you guys enjoyed the set, and good luck to cleann in the round of 16. All right, peace.